these are really hard times right now. So much suffering if you choose to look out at all. You can't miss it. I mean, it's on the news. It's on. Now with our phones, it comes through as flashes. You can't help it. CNN pops up or this news feed or that. And even before you can get rid of it, you see that word that grabs your mind, whatever the word happens to be. And there just frankly is a huge amount of suffering going on in the world. I'm not convinced, and this calms me, I'll just say that it's so different than what has gone on in the past. I'm not really so sure that if we look at other times, like World War II and what was happening, World War I, if we look through the different African countries, I mean, just look around all the time. I try and think, when wasn't there so much suffering? It's a real question for me. I'm not minimizing what's going on because it's hard to find a country right now where there isn't a war. It's hard to find a country where people aren't being oppressed and abused. I mean, I am aware of it. I do actually watch the news once almost every day. But first of all, I think there are several things that are very helpful for us. One is, that's the truth, what I just said. It's hard to find a time where that wasn't true, and yet here we are, knowing that we're moving in a direction of spiritual upliftment, expansion. We feel our guru's love. We feel our teachers' blessings. We have community. And it's not just us. I mean, many people are having many good moments. We've made it. It might look like we've just made it so that there can be more suffering. But the point is, you could watch the news and think this is going to be the end of everything we hold dear. But it's not how it's gone. And if we look back, historically. So I think that helps me at times. The other thing that really helps me more than anything is that we are not in charge of it. And there has never, ever been a moment where worrying helps. Anything, ever. It doesn't. I'm not saying we can always be in control of it. We can't. Anxiety's real. Trauma's real. There are many things that we find ourselves anxious, but the sooner we can remember, it will not help. This was the amazing part of studying Swamiji's Secrets of Emotional Healing. He had a spiritual resolution to every feeling, everything. And I think it's worth either going to that book right now, so whether it's anxiety, whether it's grief, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, and whatever 26 other ones, depression, that he addresses them. And there was the course, if you need to listen to an expansion of that. Swamiji says it in 2 or 3 lines, but it's very useful because you quickly see that there's no way out with worrying or to feed our anxiety. And the masters, they didn't forget us right now. They didn't get confused, like they're always here, but they didn't notice that 100,000 immigrants were just put on planes, probably to be taken to be executed. I mean, it's horrible, but the masters know. They know, and we all remember that beautiful story of one of Anandamoy Ma's devotees going to her and saying it's so awful in the world right now. It was probably during World War II. I don't know exactly, but that's probably when it was. Why aren't you doing something about it? And she answered them and said, don't you think that the God who created all of this knows how to handle it? And that's real. That's what she said. It's in God's hands. And when somebody went to Babaji and said, why aren't you taking care of all of what's going on? And he said, my job is not to try and fix the darkness. I am here to bring light into the world. Now, we are Babaji's devotees, a couple of steps removed in one way, but not really. So the answer is the answer that you know. It's just so hard for us to think, how can I bring light into the world today? Because, all of these, why do we remember certain sayings that our gurus have said to us? They didn't say, put this in a book, put this in a book. But Yogananda said, the world can be in darkness for thousands of years. A room. The instant you turn on a light, the darkness disappears. That, I remember for years, every class I taught, I repeated that. Because it's the essence of everything. Turn on our light. Don't get stuck in the darkness. If it gets you like that, don't watch the news. Don't leave your phone on all the time. Don't look at the newspaper stand when you walk by. If you can't, in that very moment, open your heart, bring light, bring love. Look at the person who you think is the perpetrator in that instance, the politician or the monarchist or whatever it is, it doesn't matter, the dictator, and just say, I'm going to just send you so much light that at some point you will not be able to resist it. Whether it's this life or their next life or 1,000,000 lives from now, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. Our job is to bring light into the world. And then I'm going to tell you something, which I probably shouldn't put on this video, but I am going to do it anyway. And that is, once a day, I let myself watch something. I'm not going to mention any names, it doesn't matter. This is not a political talk. We as devotees do the world a much bigger service by not getting involved in the politics. And as spiritual leaders, we cannot polarize that way, because I need to feel everybody can come to me and talk to me, no matter who they just voted for, no matter how they feel about deporting the immigrants or whatever's going on. I want to be a source of inspiration for them. But I find some of the comedians who are on the side that I would like to really support in my human self. And once a day, for 5 minutes, I watch them in their brilliance poke fun at the other side. Now, it might sound crazy, but these are many of the comedians. I don't care which political party they're for. These are brilliant people. You listen to them, many of them, they've gone to the most prestigious universities, they've had great jobs. They're smart, and they make their humor smart. And there's just something freeing about listening to somebody make fun of it all. Just make fun of it in a smart way. So I do that. I do it sometimes once a day, sometimes maybe just a few times a week. But it reminds me of a lightness of being that I want to live with. I'm not telling you that I don't feel these things in my heart. Of course I feel them. We all feel them. We're working to open our heart chakras, not close them. And if we open our heart chakras, we don't want anybody to suffer. Anybody. It's really interesting because I'm so obviously Jewish by birth and by anybody who's Jewish knows I'm a Jew. It's just, we have ways, the way we talk, the way we use our hands so much. I mean, whatever it is. People would look at me and know I'm Jewish. So people come to me to talk to me, assuming they know how I feel about the Arab-Israeli conflict. And they talk to me as if I'm going to either support or refute whatever side they're on. But my heart keeps saying to me, there's so much suffering. How would I know? How could I feel for one and not the other? They're souls to me, souls. So, it hurt me yesterday to hear that bombs actually fell in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. And I've been there, and I know people who live there. And I'm wondering, did they get hurt? Did their children get hurt? But do I feel that in any different way when Gaza is being bombed? Of course not. So we are in a place in our lives, everybody who's here, anybody who would be watching now, where we are pro-soul. We're not pro-religion, pro-country, pro-color, against it. We just can't. It's totally contradictory. So I would say let's just all keep coming back to that place of loving everyone who's suffering and everyone who's creating suffering. That's what I think. It's an obvious answer, everything I'm saying, but we have to keep telling each other this, right?